So here's the thing. We as humans crave connection. And based on what season of life we're in will actually impact who we're interacting with more, right? So just think about this like when you're younger, or maybe now, if you are single, you're more likely to hang out with your single friends, right? Like as you notice people get coupled up, you'll see that the ones that are single are hanging out together more, the ones that are coupling up are hanging out together more because they have different interests at the time, right? You might be single and wanting to go out to the parties and the clubs. Like I know for myself, when I was in my early 20s, I definitely took a lot longer to couple up compared to my good friends. And so at a certain point, you're just kind of sitting there as the only one single, right? And it's just awkward. So you have to like force yourself out there to make friends that are in the same place as you, because if you're not going to hang out with single people, it's going to be really hard to find a partner, right? It's going to be really hard. Think about it like if you're a woman and you get pregnant. So there's first the part where you're pregnant and you're trying to understand what in the world am I supposed to do now? Like there's so many things to learn. Oh my gosh, where did I sign myself up for? I mean, maybe some of you were like meant for this and you knew everything you were walking into, but it's one thing to want to be a mother, another thing to like become pregnant and then start trying to find pieces of the puzzle. Like where am I going to send my child to daycare? Oh my gosh, I have to pick a brand of diapers. Like, well, just what do you mean I can't have it's just a lot, right? I don't really think I need to explain that to you because most likely you are a female and maybe you've given birth already, but maybe you haven't. Either way, you know somebody who has and you understand. There's something that when we become mothers, we want to connect with other mothers. We want to learn from shared experiences, right? And there's the aspect of I want to be able to prove that I can do it myself. But when we're having a hard time, we need other people. We're human. Living in a community-based society is important because you learn from shared experiences. You can share resources. You can avoid problems by learning from each other, right? Maybe I said the same thing 800 different ways, but still all correct. That is so important. I was really thinking about this week. I've been thinking about like how my friends have changed. Now, they're all my friends. I love them all dearly, but they're being able to talk to somebody who's in that season of life with you is so different because we're going to love on all of the people in our lives in whatever way they need. But there's something about like connecting on what you're experiencing. So I remember when I was a new mom and I was expecting, I started connecting with like a bunch of friends that I may not have even been that close to, but we were all due around the same time, right? And there's some kind of like kindred spirit to that because we're going through this journey around the same time. We're all new mothers that are going to have our first child, and we were hitting the milestones really close to each other. I remember being so comforted to have that conversation because other people are going to get a little bored of talking about my pregnancy, but other women who are also pregnant, no, they're not bored. They're thinking about it 100% of the time as well. And so it's this like incredible opportunity to just like connect, feel heard, and work through these like new challenges ahead together. And as I became older and a mother, like when my children were born and I became a mom of two, that again changed things because I felt like while I connected with the moms of one, all of a sudden I had new challenges and I started, reaching out to the mothers of two or three because I realized that, oh my gosh, I didn't just like multiply my efforts by two, like I just exponentially increased everything that I'm doing by having two children. And so why am I talking about kids for 5 minutes of this conversation or however long this ends up being? It's because why do we think that it's going to be any different for us when we are going through this weight loss journey? Like, honestly, that's probably why Weight Watchers did as well as it did for a period of time because it created a space that you could interact with people, especially if you did it like in person, you could like actually connect and talk. The online version was you're just getting a program to enter information. So you didn't get any of that community aspect of it. But like, we're on this GLP-1 journey. It is so freaking complicated. If you do not know it's complicated, either you've not been on it long enough or somehow this was all you needed. And that is awesome. I'm really happy for you. That's just like not most of us. Okay. There's like so much of a learning curve and what you thought you were doing well. And oh, by the way, that's not actually the best practice for you. Like even like eating, right? Like, gosh, nutrition, could that be like a whole journey? I'm very lucky that I started before I started my Zepbound in January. I actually did 3 months of working very closely with the nutritionist to get really informed about what I needed to do and what I needed to change, but maintaining that and continuously learning, because you can't just like stop wherever you're at. Like you have to continuously improve, because I had a long way to go. Maybe that's not your case. You just only needed this. Everything else you were doing was perfect. But that was not the case for me. Just like, don't think that before I started GLP-1, I was having like anywhere near the amount of protein that would have helped my weight loss and appetite. But that's like a whole different story. But that's something that you can connect with in a community. And that's just like, that is what has been motivating me to move forward with putting this together. Now, there's more to it, right? So I decided I wanted to coach GLP-1 women. And I started putting together a business plan. I actually even started seeing some people. And in order to grow my business, I joined a membership. I joined a program so that I could learn from an expert. And I felt it was so hard for me to do that because, first of all, I feel so independent that I should be able to figure it out myself. There's so much free information out there. Why should I pay somebody to do this? But the reality is like time. There's just not enough hours in a day. And I was trying for so long to learn everything for free. I have gotten on absolutely everyone's mailing list that does like teaching you how to own your own business online and market. I was inhaling their content, whether they had Instagram up, they had YouTube videos, TikTok. I would find them everywhere just to learn as much as I could from them without paying them. I was like, I can't keep paying. I'm already spending this much money on Zepbound. Like, oh my gosh, like I can't. And I joined a membership because somehow I had one brief moment of realizing the harm I was doing to myself, trying to learn it all, and instead like spend some money to pay somebody else to teach me. And that's what I thought I was getting. Then I also got a community out of it. And I cannot tell you the game changer that whole experience was. Like being able to connect with people that understand what I'm going through. Like my husband was sick and tired of hearing me go on and on about Zepbound, the weight loss, the experience, the food noise. Like he's like, okay, let's talk about anything else. I don't blame him. It's sad as life. Just like when I was pregnant, all my friends did not want to only talk about my pregnancy. Or when I was single, my girlfriends who were not single were really tired of going out to the bar with me. Like there is a reason that we want to connect with people that are in the same place that we are in. And that's like what I'm building. And you know what? When I do something, I don't like to do it half. And that's, part of the whole perfectionist, high achiever issue. But when I am saying that I'm creating this, oh goodness, not only did I start off with that one membership, I may have been carried away with this like experience of being part of memberships. So I joined that. I've had there's a billion different things. I'm probably going to forget many of them, but I can tell you the big ones that I joined that were like very big decisions for me personally. So not only joining with, my business sales coach, then I signed up with an email coach who like very specifically specializes in email marketing. Then I bought like courses and products that would help make it easier for me to do what I'm doing, right? That you pay for convenience. Life is already hard enough. There's already very little time, especially when you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to like kill it at life, right? You have your business goals because money makes the world go round, right? And pay the bills. And then you've got your weight loss goals, and time matters. Like you can't just like dilly-daddle with being on Zepbound, being on GLP-1, Wegovy, any of those things, because in the earlier you are in your journey, the more weight you're likely to lose. The more your body gets used to it, the harder it gets. That's just the case with any medication that you go on, right? So you can't just like be like, okay, I'll start now, but then I'll like get serious about it in a year. Like I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'll just like kind of just be on it so I don't gain more weight. But then I'll get like actually serious next year. If that is you, please stop doing that. Please stop going through this with that mindset. If you're in it, if you're on Zepbound, if you're on Wegovy, if you're on Manjaro, you are in it. This is the time. There's like, you gotta commit 100%. You gotta stop thinking that like you can keep waiting, because no, you cannot. If you want to take opportunity where you're getting it, you have to make the most of it. So anyway, I literally lost my thought, but I'm driving and I have ADHD, so I hope you all forgive me. Let's get back to the community aspect. So I've joined a bunch of different communities, and then like my most recent one, oh my gosh, it was like the hardest decision I've ever made to do this, because it made my vision to create a community real. Okay, it made it real. So I currently have joined, it's called the Membership Experience, and I've been following Stu McLaren. He is like a membership expert, and what he specializes in is creating a community that not only benefits the creator of it, so like for reoccurring income, so you're able to like live a more balanced life, but also create an experience that you as a member of a community get what you're paying for, right? And I like, this man's incredible. I really could go on and on about him. I have been to anybody who would listen, but by saying yes to this membership experience. I put down a lot of money into this, as all of these programs are, but I put a lot of money into my dreams. It's essentially like putting my money where my mouth is, right? Is that how the saying goes? Again, I'm driving. So I don't know how it's going to play out at the end. I do know how it's going to play out. It's going to be wonderful, because the reality is that I am not the only one that craves somebody to just talk about all this to, right? Even if that's all we're getting out of it, like, oh my gosh, it's just so lovely. And yes, I like consuming the content. I don't do it as much anymore, but when I was earlier on in my career, when it was earlier on in my weight loss journey, I would enjoy consuming other people's weight loss journey. I realized the harmfulness that it gets as soon as your weight loss is not like going down really fast. So I don't do that anymore. But I love talking to people about their experiences, what they're learning along the way, and like, what they're challenged with and how they'd like support. And obviously I like that because I'm a GLP-1 coach, right? Like, I'm a strategist. That is my passion. I love hearing about something that someone's trying to work through and try to help them work through it. That's why I actually made my stall strategy available outside of my membership, because I know so many people reach out to me asking for one-on-one support, and I just do not have enough time to offer that. Like, I wish I could, but I've worked full time and I need to. And honestly, like, what I've learned by providing this is that I'm giving the tools for people to figure it out for themselves, and it is working so well, right? But you don't get the community of that. You get the information. And for some people, that's all you need, and you can move on. And even for myself, there's some courses that I've purchased that all I needed was the templates to be able to, create the social media content for you guys, or learning how to actually use certain applications and such. But if we apply it for weight loss, our journey is long term. It's not just oh, I start the medication and then I'm done, right? You're continuously growing and changing. And to be able to have a community support during that time period it is what we need. And yeah, I know that there's these free Facebook groups and such, but I've been in there. Have you been in there? They're chaotic, right? They're not, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. These are women that are putting their money where their mouth is, right? They're committing to being invested in doing this right, doing this intentionally, and they're showing up for themselves. They know it's not easy. That's the reason they're putting their money where their mouth is, right? Same with me with the membership experience. I'm doing that knowing that I have no time, but it is now one of my biggest commitments, because I'm invested in this program and I want to succeed, and I want everybody who goes through my community to succeed as well. If that's not clear from the products that I create, you should check out the products that I create. My whole heart's in it. So I just wanted a space that we could be together and connect. And then I wanted to have a space that I could support people as well. That's the tough thing, doing one-off. I know people tend to want to do a one-to-one coaching program, but honestly, you just don't get enough out of it. These are things, again, I did not know ahead of time, right? This is what I've learned by doing these membership programs for other people, things that I would have never considered doing before I started doing this online business journey. But when you're paying for something like this, you are so serious. You're not kidding around anymore. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I've done a lot of different things, right? I also joined a parenting membership now, because I'm tired of complaining about how hard it is with my neurodivergent kids while I'm neurodivergent. I've realized that it is so easy to just complain about your life, even with the weight loss, right? It's just so easy to just be all right, it's just not working, or I wish it was better. I know I could make this change. I know I could do that. But it's really life is pulling you 100 different directions. It's hard to be held accountable. And I will tell you, everything that I'm spending money on, you better believe, are top priorities, right? It kind of keeps me focused, including my own GLP-1 membership for myself. It keeps me focused on the top of mind, because it is so easy to neglect myself, my health. And it is also the same case for the women. And I'll tell you, listen, and the women in my community, we're small. We don't have that many of us yet, but I know that is about to change. I know what I'm putting together through the membership experience and what I will be sharing in a couple of weeks. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for all of you to experience this. But the women in my membership right now, I'll tell you, yeah, we're not always able to be there 100%. That's not even what I ask of anyone, right? I just want you to know you have a space there, and I want you to do your best to connect in there. I want you to understand that if you're having a hard day, that's a place that you could reach out, and you won't be judged about it, because we've probably experienced it. We're on this journey with you. And then if you want to share a win that other people just probably won't understand, or think you're bragging about something silly, we will. Oh, that seatbelt fit you? Yeah, that is freaking huge. Oh, you were able to get on that ride at the amusement park? Oh my God, finally. Like, these are things that like we understand at a core level, right? And you may or may not have people in your life that have struggled with obesity their whole life. And not that that's like a requirement to be a part of the membership, but you're more likely to be a part of the membership if you are somebody who craves that connection when you just haven't had it. I haven't. Like, I've had friends who have struggled to lose weight, but then they miraculously lose weight. I've had like a handful that maybe would fall into the category as me, and they've all decided different things, right? Most of them have just decided that they are good with what their life is and they're not interested in taking GLP-1 medications or the workouts or whatever. That's their life, and I love them. I love them, and I love that for them. But I'm in the time period of my life where I am taking my GLP-1 medication. I spent $9,000, almost $10,000 on it, $9,900 on those medications, right? I am getting my exercise in. I'm eating on point. Like, there is 100% intention involved in my health right now, right? I'm not perfect though. Could I sleep more? Totally. Is that wrecking my weight loss? Absolutely. Maybe I'd be dropping weight like nobody's business if I would sleep a normal amount. But then how can I show up here for you guys, right? Something's got to give. And so I just wanted to kind of like take some time to, I guess, freestyle about what I'm doing with my membership, and that I haven't really been talking about it very much because, oh my gosh, it's like wild. I'm so excited. I could like get so emotional about it, honestly, but I'm trying not to because I just believe so much about the space that I'm creating and what I have available for the women inside. Like, my program already, like, I know that is what they needed, but it is hard to kind of work through it sometimes. Like, you just want someone there to talk about what you just heard and like what you were experiencing. And I want that too. I want that for all of us. And so I'm putting in so much time into this passion project of mine, and I'm nervous. I'm very nervous about what I'm putting together. I'm nervous because this is me going all in. This is me going all in. Like, I've had this crazy dream for a little while now. I've been putting together pieces. I've tried, putting it together myself, and I've realized like what hasn't been working. And now I'm like weeks away from opening my doors. Did I say that? Yeah, I'm weeks away. It's like, I almost don't believe it's real right now because like, how can it be? But that's essentially like the support I'm getting through the membership experience is to help me get my doors back open. And when I open up my doors, I just want to say like, they're not going to be open long and the doors will shut. Okay. I was back and forth about like letting people just come and go into the membership. And I realized that that is a disservice to the people that are inside, the connections that we can build together, and the journey that we can go on. So when I do open up doors, and if you are at all interested, you don't hesitate. Okay, just join, come on in and see what it's like to have that community experience in your GLP-1. Because maybe you have that in other places in your life, or maybe you don't. No matter what, you can have it with GLP-1 within the community. And I know it's like tough to decide that you're gonna commit and invest in yourself this way. You're already spending the money you are, I get it. But like, what does it like? I know it's really hard every time I spend on myself. Like, I consider myself very frugal. I consider myself like really needing to validate that something is worth it. And I understand the concern, like it's probably, unless like you're in a certain space that already does online communities, I just be like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. But let me tell you what you could be getting. It's a connection with people that are similar to you from all over the place. They are committed to this weight loss experience the way you are. Especially if you're on my page, I'll say that like I have a very incredibly unique audience. And that's why like you'll see people connecting in my comments, because there's something about what message I'm sharing, which is very intentional, by the way, and what brings us together, right? So when you get inside my community, it's not going to be random people on Facebook that just added it for free and you don't even know if they're really on it. Like, people who are intentionally motivated to improve their life. And I already have personally experienced what it's like to be inside membership and getting that community, the connection, the support, especially on the hard days. Like, let's be honest, like that's the thing, right? Like, when things get really tough, I know some of you pop into my DMs to connect with me, but it's just not the same. I would love for you to be in the community with me, in that space that we can create together and build. I just am so excited about it, and I hope you join.